skill shots or lose the game, because literally every single champion is this, and usually you need something to tie it together, something to be able to at least land some sort of initiation for them, some sort of crowd control, maybe some sort of disengage. I like EG's. Yeah, definitely
and
true.
And they find like a tank, like a Maokai or something in the top lane. I think Maokai, no, well, actually, yeah, because Cassio, I mean, theoretically could go top against the Poppy. It would look really good.
Yeah,
but I'm not sure what's happening.
Her ult definitely works well as counter engage, but I have to say I like EG's response. The Twisted Fate coming out to try and prey on those members of the poke composition while they're split up, and that extra vision does go a super long way.
Yeah. Kobe, I want to ask this really very pointedly. I really think Cassiopeia top Jayce mid is a far better look for CLG, whether the players swap champions or they swap roles. I feel like Cassio should look very good in a Poppy who wants to buy Sunfire Cape, wants to buy armor, and Jayce can, I think, pretty cleanly get an early QSS and feel comfortable against Twisted Fate. As you can see by Summoners, that's not happening, right? Cassio's bringing Cleanse, expecting to fight Twisted Fate. Ruin on the Jayce has TP, expecting to go top lane. But gut check me here, is that wrong to think that way?
I don't think it's wrong to think that way. I would say there is an extra wrinkle that you do need to consider of their jungler is AP for CLG. So wherever the Cassiopeia goes, I would not want my lane opponent to be able to rush the magic resist. You mentioned Poppy wanting to build Sunfire. If they have a top side of the map that is Nidalee Cassiopeia, then the Poppy very clearly is going to be able to rush magic resistance. Twisted Fate usually doesn't do that because he tries to get the extra mana or go the Rod of Ages build even to be a little bit more tanky. Most Twisted Fates are AP nowadays.
Sure, yeah.
So I do agree, but I definitely see it this way, as both Cassiopeia and Jayce can run the phase rush with the extra mobility and get the kiting, and then you kind of avoid the problem of rushing the MR.
Alrighty, well, we are on to the Rift for our first game of the day. Evil Geniuses, a 1-0 start to the LCS 2020 Summer Split. CLG on the right-hand side. The 10th place finisher from last split, but are looking to improve, and everyone gives a lot of credit to Pobelter, thinks he can do it, and continue to lead this squad to some success. I know Wiggily is going to have a lot of pressure on his shoulders this game on Nidalee. This is definitely a champion that really rewards you being skillful and smart with your engages. And I would say last year's Summer Split Wiggily was very good. When Ruin joined the roster in the 2019 summer, I thought it was a really big improvement, and Wiggily played really well, and CLG got all the way to 3rd place in the 2019 summer playoffs. That all went away in the 2020 spring split. I want to see them go back to last year's form, not last split's form.
Yeah, it definitely did all go away in CLG. Yeah, very clearly last split. Super rough time at the bottom of the standings for majority of both leagues, actually. Wiggily going to start on the top side, though, as is Svenskeren. So I really closely do want to track Wiggly's path here, because Trundle is definitely an opponent jungle champion that Nidalee has a lot of extra control over, because Trundle cannot, force things on the Nidalee. He can get vision. You can try and throw a pillar and run away, and you can try and dodge the spears. But it's really in the control of the Nidalee player and the Nidalee player's lanes to play off of. He's just doing what looks like a full side red side clear to top down here, and maybe that does signal some more pressure aimed at Bang and Zeyzal, as Bang and Zeyzal are just gaining full control of this lead, forcing Stixxay and Smoothie off of the wave.
And they've chunked Smoothie to basically half mana already by landing several skill shots onto Smoothie that can slightly hamper the Yuumi laning phase. We've got the fairly standard look now, where Relic Shield is very, very common on enchanters down here.
Yeah.
You don't often get to hit the turret very much, don't often get to poke your opponent very much, so you get the more guaranteed gold income by just last hitting with Relic Shield once every wave or so, and ensures you get your items on time. There's certainly matches where you do want to go for the spell piece, but in this case, you're saying, yeah, we're going to miss out on the mana regen and just make sure we get the gold income for the item spikes.
Yeah, and with both junglers looking at bottom crab, actually Svenskeren, is he going to get some deep vision first? Doesn't actually go place the ward, but he does get the bottom crab before Wiggily can finish his full clear. If we can get an isolation of the top lane matchup, though, that will really favor CLG, should favor Ruin, as, before Poppy gets her first back, to go back and get some more resistances. it's pretty much Jayce gets the free reign. You can see the phase rush proc there. Ruin constantly weaving in these auto attacks while Kumo's trying to scrape up some CS. It's also important when you're doing it in a lane to drop into the brush on the side, so you drop any minion aggro that you've gained, so you can retain control of the wave. But that's why I like Wiggily doubling back to top crab and trying to gain some more vision, some more security here for Ruin, since they've been able to get this isolation, and they do have double damage types up here with AP jungler and AD top laner.
Yeah, right now, looking at the top lane matchup, though, it's not too bad despite the isolation. You can see Kumo only down 4 CS, still has 2 biscuits, and he's been trading his health bar with Ruin's mana bar, and Ruin is almost out of mana to poke with. So it feels like Kumo has weathered most of the early storm. We'll see, though, with level 5. Does Shock Blast come down? Not yet. There we go. But that's going to cost him 100 or so mana every time, and Kumo, now that he chugs the first biscuit, is just going to be able to sustain, it feels like, just enough. Has the shield, time's out now, and holding on so far okay. The jungler staying equal as well, sort of as time goes on. That's a nice one there. Kumo
rejected!
Okay, yeah. Here it comes to the skies, pop the W, waste your mana some more, no problems. And here comes Svenskeren looking to turn the lane around.
Phase rush and the acceleration gate. He does get the slow.
Oh, that was a crucial flash. Knew that Kumo could follow up. Kumo actually flashed to try to land the slam as well. It's only going to be a trade of summoners. That could have been so much worse for Ruin, but expected it to come through. Quick blast hits the mid lane. Top lane going to be basically equal in farm. They're both going to burn TP pretty soon, as Ruin already has, but Kumo needs to shortly.
Yeah, the thing to highlight in that little skirmish up there is the speed. Like you're talking about, Ruin was cognizant of the combo. He knows exactly what you're looking for. It's one of those, Poppy plus anyone who can create terrain. Probably the funniest one is Poppy and Anivia wall. I mean, they bang into that. But Trundle putting up the pillar, as soon as it's there, Ruin knows that that's what they're looking for. So they do get the flashes traded. I think that is one of those things that you yourself were specifically looking for with Kumo, avoiding that gank, trading flashes, being cognizant of the offensive tools that your opponents have. All bode well for EG and for their young top laner.
Alrighty, so you got Bombi Cinder versus Double Longsword as the first recall's up in that lane. Svenskeren gets his upgraded Smite. He had gotten that a while back when he recalled after killing the bottom scuttle. But some ability power now in, and more damage towards Stixxay. CLG forced to bleed a little bit of farm down here. You can see Bang rushing Executioners, calling to try to make sure those trades look very good against Smoothie. Keep in mind, Smoothie has not only his normal Yuumi kit, but also Summoner Heal on that one to really, cut down on that healing. This can be actually very effective. And we'll see if that can actually turn into some kind of kill pressure down there. Finding the root. Zeyzal's going to get some more damage. You can see Stixxay down to 200 health, and Smoothie is out of mana. But now a fight into the top side of the map. Just the damage, far too much. Wiggily cannot get away. First blood comes through to Jiizuke.
Kumo able to get the roam off through the enemy jungler. See if Ruin lets him out, though. He's going to find him at the gate, and Kumo will take that fight with a TF behind
Round
him.
2 of the 3v1, and Ruin is just that. A 2-0 to Jiizuke already.
Ooh, okay, it's definitely looking pretty bad for CLG here. Only 7 minutes into the game. Let's take another look at how we got to this point, because Wiggily is trying to get the vision here, but there seems to be a lack of communication between top lane and the rest of the team here, as Ruin loses sight of Kumo dipping into the fog of war there with the control wards leading up through. But then there's a lack of communication both ways. Why is Ruin kind of committing to closing the door here versus Kumo when Jiizuke is been level 6 for a very long time here, even up to level 7 now with the ultimate ready, and since they've already gotten the kill on the enemy jungler, it's a very easy ultimate for Jiizuke to go with. So exceptional play here from EG, after their play yesterday and the start here. I think they're feeling very good about the break that they took.
Yeah, I mean, EG's feeling pretty comfortable so far. I want to say that I'm not sure I can blame coordination for not knowing at 8 minutes TF isn't level 6 by now, or 7 minutes. Like, that is, if you're at least Diamond, you 100% know that's always true without the guy getting slaughtered in lane or something. So,
yeah,
that's just...
Especially since he's a solo laner and he's like, I'm level 7.
Yeah, I'm level 7. I wonder if TF might have his ultimate. Nah, I didn't skill it.
The classic.
Yeah, he's not much of a chef, all right? He didn't skill it. There's nothing in there. He's not cooking anything. Okay. It's fine. Yeah,
we got 8.5 minutes into our first cast with Freak before we get the first pun.
That's my first pun. My puns per hour, or puns per minute, 1/8. Not bad so far. Bang shoots down to the bottom turret, gets to half HP. That's going to be the root into place. Big damage. He's out of turret range, but here comes Wiggily. Could jump in, goes in, exhaust on, flash to get away, but now the re-root, and Wiggily has to run for his life to follow. The ulti lands. Wiggly's going to drop, and Zeyzal's on the board for his first kill of the split.
How is Svenskeren even flashing in to get the Trundle ultimate on him and lower the resistances a little bit further, make sure they can finish off that kill. EG strike again, and that is going to be now bottom side victory easily turned into dragon control. So some kills on the top side are one thing, and you're like, oh no, you know, the Poppy is really having an impact in this game early on. That's going to be a bad sign for CLG. But once EG can take control of the bottom side of the map securely with the Aphelios and Lulu, that leads into dragon stacking for the team that has Twisted Fate and has a very easy time now of continuing to snowball here.
Okay, CLG, they have to work back from a 2,000 gold deficit already 10 minutes into the game. That is not going to look good for their season-long stats. This is a rough one. Evil Geniuses, though, got to feel comfortable about how this one is starting out. Rod of Ages stacking up early off of those first 2 kills. Obviously, Jiizuke is going to be happy about that one. The 700 gold picked up from his first 2 kills, and just, you know, knocking down the minions, making sure he has some lane pressure, and going to find his next target opportunity as the ulti's back up already. Has the spellbook, bringing up an ignite, and we'll see what he can find for himself. 4 minutes to go till the next Drake spawns up. The obvious early Inferno went to EG off of that bot lane play. Manamune is done though for Stixxay, so that's starting to stack up. That is at least the first power spike done for the bottom lane. Going to feel fairly comfortable. Top lane farm still pretty solid for Ruin, but having a hard time facing off against Kumo is, you know, honestly, the Poppy roams are better than 10 CS realistically, and he's stacking up on armor. You can see going towards the Sunfire Cape. Maybe Wiggily can show up, but he's instead going to go to the bottom lane. In on it, bang! Stixxay, that is far too much. You didn't have your team around. Beautifully timed knockup, and this could be death right away. Wiggly's running for dear life. It's not going to be enough. A double kill for Bang.
Freak, this is actually getting hard to watch. Just completely outclassed here. Now Smoothie all alone.
He's so dead. He is just going down. Quick kill to Bang, give him the 3rd in a row. 3rd plate drops as well. EG are walking over this game.
I mean, there's just multiple really well-played instances in the skirmishes to point out for the side of EG. Bang with that root for Gravitum, punishes Stixxay for overcommitting to the quote-unquote bait that they're trying to get off on the bottom side. Him going down then means that they can also turn on the Nidalee very easily. Zeyzal's timing on the knockup, if you see this. Okay, well, we'll first look at the punish. This is Stixxay and Smoothie trying to bait for Wiggily. You know, you overcommit a little bit. You try and get them to expose themselves for the hit of a skill shot. Bang is able to get the root off of the poke there. He dodges the Q as well, and then burns him down under tower. And once Stixxay ease in for the bait, flashing out, still dying, Zeyzal's got the knockup. You see that interrupt? He times his knockup so well, it doesn't even let the damage come through for Nidalee's jump, and Ruin now getting chased down. EG just out of control.
He's dead. He's dead. 3rd kill for Jiizuke. That's going to be a rough one. Do need to point out, Exhaust had missed in the previous fight. He exhausted Zeyzal, not Bang. That means something, although it probably still would have went just as badly for CLG down at the bottom lane, but is worth noting that that went down. The gold deficit just ballooning. It was 2,000 at 10 minutes. We've gone 2.5 since then, and it's now 6,000. It's actually tripled in that amount of time. Herald was summoned in the top lane. Kumo a ton of gold up there. Bottom turret's going to fall now as well. 2-0 in that score. There is not a lot CLG have been able to do in this game. All their aggressive moves have been turned around by Zeyzal usually.
Yeah. Maybe the rumors of Scrim's success were greatly exaggerated. Because this game, let's just really re-emphasize how difficult it is. And we can play the hard mode of strategy from CLG's side. Okay. Now, they index so heavily on poke, right? And your long range. And the goal of compositions like this are to try and start getting tower pressure so that you can group up and bring your champions together. There's so much synergy that goes on in poke comps where you want to try and be the ones, you know, to be able to bring multiple poke champions together to fire off the skill shots at opponents by pushing up at the turrets and sieging. Those are the biggest strengths. And then, you know, they draft this Cassiopeia for a little bit of counter engage with the ultimate, you know, to hopefully dissuade some of the hard engage counter. But when you fall behind early like this, and you're not able to have your Nidalee gaining any sort of control on the map, and actually the Nidalee dies multiple times early, it just means that EG can actually go wherever they want. They had bottom lane control because Bang and Zeyzal were already winning 2v2. Then they also get the gank. So dragon stacking neutral objectives fully in the favor of the team fight team means their game plan is very easy to execute. And CLG's game plan is completely blocked.
Yeah, they really don't have, they're not near any turrets. It's a really rough one here.
They're near their own turrets, freak.
Oh, he poked the chicken and stole 45 gold from his own jungle. That's the constant work. You just need to do that about 100 times. You tie up the gold difference.
You gotta count your blessings one step at a time, freak. One step in front of the other. As we said, though, the dragon stacking will continue. The territory on Summoner's Rift that we will deem evil genius territory is encroaching very heavily into what was originally CLG's side of the map. As you see, both outer turrets are down, all neutrals. They're converging on mid lane and even diving.
And Ruin is stunned, he is slowed, he's knocked into the air, and he is given a 4th kill now to Jiizuke, and that's just what happens now as time goes on and the items stack up, and it's just a poor, squishy top laner without any support anymore. A lot of goose eggs here in the CLG scoreline. They're actually en route towards a perfect game in their split opener. Time still to play, but it looks like they're never even going to see an opposing turret anytime soon, and it's going to be a tough road ahead. Maybe they can wait for the Baron setup and find some way to push their opponents off in 5 minutes, but otherwise, I don't see easy inroads in for CLG.
I actually want to track that. Now that you said it, I think that is hilarious.
Will you see a turret?
Yeah, if we toggle vision for CLG, right now, they cannot see any, they can't literally in Fog of War for all of the EG turrets. They would just have to, you know, quickly push minion waves to get some minions over there to get the vision. But man, yeah,
Kobe?
Okay.
I hate to burst your bubble. Ezreal ult gives vision. So he can just ult down mid lane for a wave clear and he'll see the turrets.
Big brain. That's some big brain freak.
That's not fair. It's just
scouting.
technically true.
It's thematic for the champion. Ezreal's all about scouting, right?
Yeah. He's the prodigious explorer, prodigal explorer. Yeah, the other version of that word. So
let's explore some evil genius territory.
Indeed. Well, maybe he can steal a gauntlet from them or something and, you know, get his power undeservedly after squandering his magical talents. That's the lore, look it up. CLG going to do their very best to come back into this one. The deficit staying now at 8,000, growing at a honestly reasonably steady pace right here. Pressure into the mid lane, nice pillar, but obviously very easy to arcane shift away from that one. And Stixxay plus Smoothie remains safe down there. Mid lane tier 2 though still under fire. Jiizuke going to put some attacks down. Blitzbane is done. Easy extra burst damage. A lot of shots coming through. That turret's already down to about 15%. Jiizuke one more auto. Ulti comes down for Smoothie. He's going to root the Trundle, but he's very, very tanky. Not an easy target. Ult comes down for Bang. Stixxay is at 400. Has to back off there. A bit of poke from Bang. Not going to be enough. Ulti comes down and is not going to reveal a turret. Maybe bot lane tier 2? Maybe, maybe not. Regardless, though, CLG not able to pick up a whole much out of that, as turret number 5 drops in favor of Evil Geniuses.
Yeah, I mean, EG can easily pick up Rift Herald's number 2 on the top side here and use that to crack inside of the inhibitor turret defense of CLG and guarantee themselves a basically gold paved pathway to the Nexus here. Because, again, they're the team with the beefy front line. They're the ones that also drafted for easier 5-on-5s with Poppy and Trundle there. So they have so many options with a 4-kill, 9 pages in his Medjay, by the way, stacked TF for Jiizuke. They can easily push in multiple lanes, even look for possible dives if they're feeling it. You know, there's multiple routes for them to try and finish this one off. Jiizuke!
Oh, no damage from the ranged Q. The jump forward can't usually miss, but yeah, that's going to be an auto attack from Bang, and they're going to also go dive Wiggily. It's going to be a kill down there, no problem. And Bang, I guess I'll chase him down. Ruin saw a turret. He got to see the turret on his way out, so at least CLG gets that one done. You are not living.
A tier 2 turret at that!
It's still the kill. Bang gets kill credit for hitting him a while back. Now Smoothie is on the run. He needs to jump to Stixxay. He's able to do so. They're going to at least stay alive, but EG are just absolutely walking over CLG.
It's like scouting in an RTS, like Warcraft or StarCraft. Yeah. They're
He's
sending probes into the base to see what EG are building, and they find out, oh, EG are already complete builds here.
Kobe, what kind of worker is Ruin? He's an SCV, a drone, a probe, a peon, a peasant, a wisp, or an acolyte?
I was going to go with a probe.
Okay.
But because, you know, Jayce, the mechanical theme, it seemed like it worked.
I'd also say that he's a pro toss.
Fair enough. Here's another look. But my favorite part, of course, about this is that Jiizuke is like, my work here is done. You got this one, right? Bang. Yeah, no problem. And then he leaves up to the top side to make sure they get the second kill. And Bang obviously can just corner Ruin in here. There's no escape route for Ruin.
Yeah.
You know, he can either die by a turret shot or die by an Aphelios shot.
And down he goes, explodes, his hammer destroys itself as he falls over, and then comes back about 25 seconds later with the respawn. 20 minutes into the game, 10,500 gold lead here into this one, as Evil Geniuses have gotten all 6 turrets outside of the base, and CLG are, as you mentioned about 10 minutes ago, right? The territory that becomes EG territory, that used to be CLG territory, it just keeps growing. You know, it's that map just keeps getting more and more dark blue, and here comes break number 3. Not a problem on this one as well. Easy pickup, and Cloud Soul is 126 minutes into the game. Oh, okay, not a problem. Well over the damage of True Shot Barrage. Easy auto attack. Svenskeren grabs it. And now we'll see what else EG wants to do on this one, as Wiggily is just forced to run away from his jungle.
I mean, let's take a look at what happens here with Pobelter, you know, eyeballing Jiizuke. It looks like they're going to back off because you have everyone pushed up mid. But I mean, honestly, at the beginning of summer, if you had asked me how long would we have to wait for a perfect game, I might not have said
game 3.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have said game 3, but Pobelter.
That's damage. That's a lot. Jiizuke has to run backwards, but there's the stun, the cleanse to run away. Shield comes zombie. He doesn't have the damage. Pobelter has to run, and it's not going to be enough. The tail doesn't move fast enough. Bang! Gets his 5th kill of the game.
Pobelter want to get his hands dirty. He was the only member of CLG who had not died in lane phase, that had not died yet, and was sitting on all the goose eggs 0-0-0. So now solidarity with the rest of the team.
Yes.
Goes down in the 1v4, 1v5. But and even though I might have been like, okay, you know, maybe we will have a perfect game pretty early on in summer, I would for sure have expected it to come from Cloud9 perfect gaming somebody. That's not the case. EG are here to play. Baron gets picked up very easily for themselves. And they're definitely holding this perfect game.
And I am very happy with EG so far. Keep in mind that they were a very questionable team for the first maybe 10 or so games of the spring split, and then as the late half of the split came around in the playoffs, they started getting a lot better. Like, you know, they were one of the teams that actually beat Cloud9, one of only 2 teams to do so. And that was because they were improving. Jiizuke was very good. Bang was very good, and it feels like we've picked up where they left off, where, look, these guys are still really good. The whole team's working well together. EG still feel like a top team in the LCS.
So I've got another topic for you because I really like this line of improvement. EG, they did add, obviously, Huni in the offseason and have tried him in scrims and stuff, but they haven't changed the roster. And a lot of the teams having trouble and making lots of these changes during the split with 10-man rosters and never really sure who they're building on, I feel like miss out on some of the building and the growth that you're talking about EG going through in spring, where even in interviews they're very clearly talking about, yeah, we are on different pages for our game plan, literally in game as we're playing them. And once they solve some of these issues, they just start to look so much better. And now they can continue on that success they built here in summer.
And I like it. And so, yeah, to your sort of point, I don't think EG should ever sub out Kumo and Bang so that Huni can get play in. I would not sub out Jiizuke or Bang. They're probably your 2 best performers. And I think you keep what's going on right now. The team looks quite good. Wiggily gets chunked incredibly low as Bang continues to put out absurd damage here. Bot lane being poked down. Jiizuke with a Twisted Fate gets that inhibitor to drop down. Mid, of course, turret's already gone. Channel on the hammer, not quite going to land. Pobelter can't get the stun either. A little bit of damage towards Bang puts him at half, but so far no kills. Pobelter is going to drop for this one as the follow-through is in. Evil Geniuses 4 strong, knocked down that kill. And hit number 2 is going to fall. Bang jumps forward, flashes in for the autos. Can't quite knock down Stixxay, but the middle inhibitor going to be left open now as well. As the waves come in, only 24 minutes in, and EG have not given up a single objective. Don't waste it now. Please don't dive the fountain. A perfect game to knock down CLG.